are consuming chicken meat and the broilers. This is only organized sector possibly. Misconception or misbelief about chicken and eggs at both the levels. Some people talk of plastic egg, some people talk of chicken which is fed with heavy antibiotics or hormone, and that's really destroyed. So we had to really come out in a proper way. Over 550 crores of broilers which are produced in India, 90% of those birds are sold as a live birds. All the promotion activities for the chicken are only made by these 10% of processed food producers. Can you play clipping at that level? आप उस पे टैग कीजिए. संडे को या मंडे रोज खाओ. And I'm sure if we convince to the medicos and continuously hammer on these things to the bloggers, the media reporters, our consumption from 103 eggs will definitely be doubled and will be little less than the developed countries on the egg consumption pattern. Now, meat consumption, if we look for, more than half of Indian chicken population, half of the Indian people are consuming chicken meat and the broilers. And some part is shared by buffalo meat, sheep and lamb and goat, all that. Around 50% of the chicken meat consumption is shared by the goat and sheep. Now, here the most important thing is, this is only organized sector possibly, that the chicken is grown with a complete integration in an organized way, and people are aware how they are grown. When I am talking of chicken, I just also wanted to highlight that when we are promoting for the consumption of chicken, one major hurdle is misconception or misbelief about chicken and eggs at both the levels. Some people talk of plastic egg, some people talk of chicken which is fed with heavy antibiotics or hormone, and that's really destroyed. So we had to really come out in a proper way. The reason is now FSSS AI, Government of India, has put forward all the standards for the egg and chicken meat and poultry meat, where these are not at all concerned. And antibiotic is, as per the advice of FSSI, has not to be given, or if it's to be given, we have to follow certain withdrawal period to limit the levels of antibiotics in chicken and meat both. So the more than half of meat consumption is chicken, and when we talk of live chicken, whatever 550 crores of broilers which are produced in India, 90% of those birds are sold as a live birds. Only 10% of the birds are processed in a very well automized processing plants, semi-automized processing plants, or small processing facilities. These facilities are recorded as 88 to 90 processing plants. They are available in India with a capacity for production of 1.8 lakh birds per hour. And with this 1.8 lakh birds per hour, with the extended capacity, the production would be about 18 lakh birds slaughtered on a daily basis. So, and one important thing is, all the promotion activities for the chicken are only made by these 10% of processed food producers. But the efforts also has to be given on marketing of a live chicken at various levels at various stages. So I compared one nutritional standard for the chicken with broiler meat, with skinless and with skin, compared with muscle, mutton muscle and fish. The high amount of protein content in the broiler meat, because without skin and with and without skin, compared with mutton and fish. Of course, in fish there are various types of fish. I considered here katla, but there can be fish with a high protein also. Now we know the strength of a chicken, which is protein rich, balanced in amino acid, which is very much affordable. We have a traceability to the production up to the breeder level or even to more. And it is convenience for the cooking, and it is available all over India. Actually, when a consumer, when he goes to the market, he is looking for a clean and healthy environment, and he is also looking for a shopping experience to buy a chicken. And that shopping experience, he wants neat and clean chicken, the quality product. Quality product is very simple. Now I refer to you for the FSSS AI standards. FSSS AI standard had laid down certain standards for the quality of a chicken. It is for antibiotic residues. It is for the microbiological content of the chicken after the slaughtering. It is for the heavy metals. All those standards has to be followed. But I am sure when everybody, all the poultry farmers are giving a very much balanced ration to the poultry farm, to the birds. So these concerns are though definitely important. We are well within these limits, particularly for the heavy metals. And for microbiological standards, we had to ensure that all the chicken which is processed or slaughtered has to be most hygienic way in a systematic way. Then only this would be there. One major concern for sales of a live chicken is body weights and age. What is preferred body weight of a bird across India is for the birds with a live weight between 1.8 to 2 kilo is the most preferred body weight when somebody is eating a chicken with bones. Whereas the preferred body weight for the deboned meat, for the breast fillet or a leg fillet, across everywhere is about 2.2 kilos. So my suggestion that the birds should be grown to this body weight only. Most of the quick service restaurant chains, let it be KFC or McDonald's or Popeyes or Domino's or so many other, for the example, all these chains prefer the body weight of this range for their products to be offered to the consumers. Of course, we have a seasonal demand, as I explained to you. India is a country with feast and fast. So sometimes our birds are sold in the time, sometimes they are not sold in the time. So there can be accumulation of these birds in the market or with the poultry farmers. The only solution to that, of course, lot many poultry breeding state organizations are promoting these concepts for the promotion of eggs with variety of dishes and all those communications through WhatsApp and through other media. This is nice, these efforts are good, but it should be also be available to the public other than the poultry industry. That is very important. So another thing is, we say that 90% of the chicken is sold alive. Only 10% of the chicken which is sold is processed. And all the processing companies follow these important steps. So that includes hanging, stunning, bleeding, scalding, defeathering, evisceration, chilling and resting. Why these are important? These are important for the reason that we want to convert a muscle of a chicken to meat. In my opinion, we have forgotten this concept that we are converting a muscle of a chicken to meat. And what is required there is a normal pH of a meat of a live chicken has to be reduced between 5.9 to 6.1. And that is a process. That process includes a formation of rigor mortis. So I will try to conclude with very limited technical words on that. Rigor mortis, where the secretion of lactic acid is there, that protects the color of a the texture of a meat. It allows the muscular contraction in a time. It forms a tenderness of a chicken, and it also increases water holding capacity of a chicken, by which the meat is tender, succulent and juicy for the final consumer if he purchases. And there is a definite process into that. We have forgotten that process. Can I play a clipping? A primary processing the clip कीजिए. This is a small clipping. I think most of the people must have visited the chicken processing plants, are aware. Those who are not aware, I will take few seconds from them. No, not this. There is with a live bird. Primary processing. So in this primary processing, the birds are hanged upside down. They are living with a पिछले साइड में the birds are hanged upside down. Once the birds are hanged upside down on the shackle, they are given a mild shot to increase the blood pressure, and also in that 1 minute of time, the birds are sacrificed, keeping animal welfare intact. The birds are bleeded for about 1.5 minutes to ensure 100% bleeding of a bird. Once the birds are bleeded, they are scalded. They are given a lukewarm water wash, and then the bird feathers are removed. After removal of feathers, automatically or manual, you can remove the viscera, and this viscera, once it is removed, the chicken is put into a chiller for almost 50 minutes to bring the temperature of a bird between 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. And this is the stage where entire rigor mortis after that happens, and the meat is reduced in the pH. The meat is then the muscle becomes meat and is fit for consumption. I think this is very important factor for the processing. Next. There are certain clippings, but I avoid those. So, chilled chicken, when it is sold in the retail market, you know the present market rate and what price it is sold at. This is a photograph from Delhi at Green Chick Chop, and the leading seller, his prices are very high, boneless, quite good, and the consumers can pay this. This is very interesting. He is selling a good quantity of chicken also. So we also have further process production. There are almost 9 to 10 international quick service restaurant chains and more than 50 restaurant chains, Indian restaurant chains who are there operating in India. All these quick service restaurant chains are operating, and I have told you they preferred what products. So this is further processed products is a new sector by which the consumption would be increased, and we expect it to increase. Of course, okay, fine. So we have a lot many to advertise this chicken. We have lot many viewerships for. We have television, which is highest viewership of 61%, and then followed by Google, and all these media are there for the viewership. We should utilize this viewership for the advertisements of chicken and eggs. Of course, there are lot many emerging e-commerce platform which has started. This e-commerce platform started very aggressively post-COVID, where during the COVID, it taught us a lesson that we had to keep health and hygiene and a proper food, hygienic food only to be consumed. So these e-commerce platforms are delivering the processed food in time to them, and this is very well appreciated. Another factor which I feel is important, we have an efficiency into production of a chicken, but we are geographically placed in such a way that we can tap to the east and the west market both. And there are certain examples which I feel. There is a Thailand chicken meat export market. If you see this graph very cautiously, they were exporting a chilled chicken meat which is faint pure, and their sales was increasing up to 2003, but suddenly there was a drop due to bird flu onset in Thailand, and then they transferred a complete industry from a chilled chicken meat to processed meat industry, and this is how their sales lies. Now they are selling more of a processed food products than the chilled chicken. Of course, there are constraints in selling the processed food products because of the bird flu scenario. If it is declared in one part of the corner of India, it is affecting to other parts of chicken. Now we have to be a talk of town for the promotion of eggs. Tomorrow is World Egg Day. Nagpur Veterinary College in Nagpur has organized organizing a world record. They will be cooking 5,000 eggs under burji to make a world record with the help of Maha Chef Vishnu Manohar at Nagpur. Such activities to be promoted. There are certain activities which Venky has promoted, saying khane mein kya hai. There are varieties of chicken and eggs and dishes which are being prepared. So I think you people are very much aware of the YouTube. Some of the people must have seen also. And in addition, we should have egg and chicken festival organized on a regular basis. I know wherever there was a dip in the prices of eggs or chicken, particularly in the incidents when the bird flu was first declared in India, lot many film actors along with the poultry farmers traveled into the various areas, organized a food festival or chicken mela, and the prices shot up after that. So what is the more important is we have to create an awareness to the people, hammer them on a regular basis that this is available. Most hygienic protein at the economic cost is available. For that, we can organize certain chicken competition. We should always have a talk of town with the help of food bloggers or the newspaper, media everywhere. And of course, midday meal scheme is being implemented in various parts of India. They are giving a free eggs to the school-going children. Value addition and the export of chicken. Thank you very much for the patient listening. Thanks a lot.